Yes, Miss Baker, send him in, please. I don't look happy, do I, Stuart? Do I? Framing another student for something you did? Putting that gun in Andy Cleethorpe's bag. Trying to pin on him that he brought a weapon to school. And it wasn't him, was it? It was Stuart Little. It was you. Scaring everybody. Worrying everyone. Worried for everybody's safety. Bunged it in his bag when you knew that you were going to be leaving to go to the sports hall. Had a feeling you knew as soon as we started sending pupils to the sports hall why that was happening, didn't you? And looking back on the CCTV footage from that day, you look so suspicious. Okay, up until that point, we all believed that it was Andy Cleethorpes that had brought the gun in. Okay, but it wasn't him. It was you. You scared everyone. Fortunately, what was in it were blanks. Fortunately, it was never fired. I'm glad about that. Very, very glad. I don't care if it was a prop replica. I don't care if it wouldn't have hurt anybody. What I care about is the fact that you put people at risk. Because you know full well if you pulled that out at any point, we all would have assumed that it was real. It wasn't until the police took it into custody to give it a proper inspection that realised that it was a replica. They were convinced it was real. I think it goes without saying, you're not coming back to this school. Not if you think it's appropriate to do that. I had staff members with PTSD, worried sick. I can confidently say that you knew what would happen if you brought that in and it was discovered. I know that for a fact. But you brought it in anyway, didn't you? So I'd love to know what went through your skull to get to the decision of bringing a weapon to school. And I don't care. I don't care if it's not real. What I care about is what went through that brain of yours to think that it was appropriate to do that. Because you know guns aren't something to be messed around with. You know that. Your dad passed away in Afghanistan due to a bullet wound, did he not? I'm at a lost end here with you. Really. Your mum was in bits. Absolute bits. Not only has she lost her husband, not only has she lost her life partner, she's got one child with cerebral palsy who requires constant care. And now she's got a son who has brought a prop replica of a firearm to school that's probably going to go to court. Potentially do some time. Do you think that went through your brain when you acted this out? From the looks of your face, you definitely didn't, did you? actions have consequences, Stuart. You know that. I go on about it year in, year out. Let's take the assumption, okay, that they understand that it wasn't a real gun and they might go easy on you. That does not excuse what you did. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. Do you know why, Stuart? Can you tell me why? Because you tried to pin it on another student. So your honesty has only come to light because you know you're in trouble. Because I can guarantee to you now, and you did guarantee for about a week, that you swore blind that there was nothing to do with you. It wasn't until we actually got the CCTV footage properly, okay, back from the police to check it, that we found out that it was you. We could see you doing that. Absolutely. When you come to school, you are given chance after chance after chance, okay, to see the error of your ways and to make good and change what you're doing, okay, so that you can improve yourself. In the real world, what would happen if you walked into a public setting with a prop replica of a gun that looks very convincing and fires blanks? What do you think would happen? People would panic. People would assume that it's a real firearm. You'd be arrested, 100%. Okay, relay that situation back here at school. Who did you scare that day? You scared me, several of my teaching staff, students, parents, and the child you tried to blame it on. Not to mention, how upset is your mum? How upset is your little sister going to be? How upset do you think your dad would be with you right now, if he was still around? The penny's dropped, hasn't it, young man? Now, sadly, this is out of my control now. I've done everything I can to fight for you. I do it with every single student that gets brought to me through pastoral care. All right. I don't like giving up on people. It's not something I ever like doing. But I'm struggling to fight your corner for this, Stuart. And I don't think I can do anything more for you. I don't want to keep shouting at you. I don't want to do that. And I don't want to give up on you, Stuart. But you've given me no choice with this. It's out of my hands. I can't stand there and defend you when all of this evidence is stacked against you. That you've lied. That you've tried to pin it on someone else. Your intentions for bringing it in, what would have happened if you'd actually come to me, spoken to me about your problems that you were having that led you to bring it into school in the first place? What could we have saved? Your academic career, my boy. That's what we could have saved. But you've blown it like that. I'm not going to stand here and feel sorry for you. As far as I am concerned, you've made your bed. You have to lie in it. But I hope, Stuart, that you've learned something from this. That there are other ways of dealing with your problems. If you had come to me and you get on incredibly well. All right? You're one of my top pupils in my second set. Okay? You do brilliantly in my lessons. We get on. You could have come to me explained the situation. You're being pushed around. But going to this extreme is not how you deal with those things. And the consequences are more severe than you ever get at school. I can grill those bullies, but they didn't bring a weapon to school, did they? They would have had serious consequences for doing that to you. Absolutely. We'd have nipped it in the bud. Sorted it out. People would have kept an eye on you, made sure that those lads kept away from you. We could have avoided this entire situation. All right? I'm not excusing their behaviour and how they've treated you, but does it warrant bringing in a replica firearm to scare them, and it's sabotaging your future? It's not, is it? It's not at all. I can see you've got remorse. Good. That's a good thing to have. If you were smug, I would not be impressed. I will never accept bullying. Never. Never in my life. It's not a kind thing to do to people. And I can understand in the smallest way possible why you thought what you were doing might help your situation, might improve circumstances. All right. But look at it from this point of view. Imagine the current Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, okay, he reads an article that's all about him, all right, and they're not very nice and they pick at him, all right. They're bullying, there's a bit of trolling going on, all right, you know how things can be, okay. Would you expect him to go to the magazine that wrote the article with a gun and tell them to stop writing this stuff? Why? Because of the consequences. Exactly. The fact that you can see that shows to me that you're an intelligent lad, that you knew better than this. Okay? Remorse is a good thing, right? Shows that you're sorry, shows that you want to make amends. It's out of my hands now as to whether that happens, okay? Even if you aren't convicted for anything, okay, there's a high chance that no parent is going to want to be having their kid at the same school as you. Okay? Now that's a consequence. Alright? Please learn from this, Stuart. Okay? Learn from it. Yes, Miss Baker, take him to the head. Good luck. Don't want to see anything more from you. Okay?